O my brethren, there are tables which weariness frames, and tables which slothfulness frames. Corrupt slothfulness. Although they speak similarly, they want to be heard differently. See this languishing one. Only a span breadth is he from his goal. But from weariness hath he lain down obstinately. In the dust, this brave one. From weariness yawneth he at the path, at the earth, at the goal, and at himself. Not a step further will he go, this brave one. Now gloweth the sun upon him, and the dogs lick at his sweat. But he lieth there in his obstinacy, and preferreth to languish. A span breadth from his goal to languish. Verily ye will have to drag him into his heaven by the hair of his head, this hero. Better still that ye let him lie where he hath lain down, that sleep may come unto him, the Comforter, with cooling patter rain. Let him lie until of his own accord he awakeneth, until of his own accord he repudiateth all weariness, and what weariness hath taught through him. Only, my brethren, see that ye scare the dogs away from him, the idle skulkers, and all the swarming vermin of the cultured, that feast on the sweat of every hero. I form circles around me in holy boundaries. Ever fewer ascend with me ever higher mountains. I build a mountain range out of ever holier mountains. But wherever ye would ascend with me, O my brethren, take care lest a parasite ascend with you. A parasite, that is a reptile, a creeping, cringing reptile, that trieth to fatten on your infirm and sore places. And this is its art. It divineth where ascending souls are weary. In your trouble and dejection, in your sensitive modesty, doth it build its loathsome nest. Where the strong are weak, where the noble are all too gentle, there buildeth it its loathsome nest. The parasite liveth where the great have small sore places. What is the highest of all species of being, and what is the lowest? The parasite is the lowest species. He, however, who is of the highest species feedeth most parasites. For the soul which hath the longest ladder, and can go deepest down, how could there fail to be most parasites upon it? The most comprehensive soul, which can run and stray and rove furthest than itself, the most necessary soul, which out of joy flingeth itself into chance, the soul in being, which plungeth into becoming, the possessing soul, which seeketh to attain desire and longing, the soul fleeing from itself, which overtaketh itself in the widest circuit, the wisest soul, unto which folly speaketh most sweetly, the soul most self-loving, in which all things have their current and counter current, their ebb and their flow. Oh, how could the loftiest soul fail to have the worst parasites? O my brethren, am I then cruel? But I say, what falleth, that shall one also push? Everything of today, it falleth, it decayeth. Who would preserve it? But I wish also to push it. Know ye the delight which rolleth stones into precipitous depths? Those men of today, see just how they roll into my depths. A prelude am I to better players. O my brethren, an example, do according to mine example. And him whom ye do not teach to fly, teach, I pray you, to fall faster. I love the brave, but it is not enough to be a swordsman. One must also know whereon to use swordsmanship. And often is it greater bravery to keep quiet and pass by, that thereby one may reserve oneself for a worthier foe. Ye shall only have foes to be hated, but not foes to be despised. Ye must be proud of your foes. Thus have I already taught. For the worthier foe, O my brethren, shall ye reserve yourselves. Therefore must ye pass by many a one, especially many of the rabble, who din your ears with noise about people and peoples. Keep your eye clear of their for and against. There is there much right, much wrong. He who looketh on becometh wroth. They're in viewing, they're in hewing. They are the same thing. Therefore depart into the forest and lay your swords to sleep. Go your ways, and let the people and peoples go theirs, gloomy ways, verily, on which not a single hope glinteth any more. Let there the traitor rule, where all that still glittereth is traitor's gold. It is the time of kings no longer. That which now calleth itself the people is unworthy of kings. See how these peoples themselves now do, just like the traitors? They pick up the smallest advantage out of all kinds of rubbish. They lay lures for one another. They lure things out of one another. They call good neighborliness. Oh, blessed remote period when a people said to itself, I will be master over peoples. For, my brethren, the best shall rule, the best also willeth to rule. And where the teaching is different, there the best is lacking. If they had bread for nothing, alas, for that would they cry, their maintainments, that is their true entertainments, and they shall have it hard. Beasts of prey are they in their working, there is even plundering, in their earning, there is even overreaching, therefore shall they have it hard. Better beasts of prey shall they thus become, subtler, cleverer, more manlike, for man is the best beast of prey. All the animals hath man already robbed of their virtues. That is why of all animals it hath been hardest for man. Only the birds are still beyond him, and if man should yet learn to fly, alas, to what height would his rapacity fly! Thus would I have man and woman, fit for war, the one fit for maternity, the other, both, however, fit for dancing with heads and legs. And lost be the day to us in which a measure hath not been danced, and false be every truth which hath not had laughter along with it. Your marriage arranging, see that it be not a bad arranging. Ye have arranged too hastily, so there followeth therefrom marriage breaking. And better marriage breaking than marriage bending, marriage lying. Thus spake a woman unto me. Indeed, I broke the marriage, but first did the marriage break me. The badly paired found I ever the most revengeful. They make every one suffer for it, that they no longer run singly. On that account want I the honest ones to say to one another, we love each other. Let us see to it that we maintain our love. Or shall our pledging be blundering? Give us a set term in a small marriage, that we may see if we are fit for the great marriage. It is a great matter always to be twain. Thus do I counsel all honest ones, and what would be my love to the Superman, and to all that is to come, if I should counsel and speak otherwise? Not only to propagate yourselves onwards, but upwards thereto. O my brethren, may the garden of marriage help you. He who hath grown wise concerning old origins, lo, he will at last seek after the fountains of the future and new origins. O my brethren, not long will it be until new peoples shall arise, and new fountains shall rush down into new depths. For the earthquake, it choketh up many wells, it causeth much languishing, but it bringeth also to light inner powers and secrets. The earthquake discloseth new fountains. In the earthquake of people's new fountains burst forth. And whoever calleth out, Lo, here is a well for many thirsty ones, one heart for many longing ones, one will for many instruments. Around him collecteth the people, that is to say, many attempting ones. Who can command, who must obey? That is there attempted. Ah, with what long seeking and solving and failing and learning and re-attempting. Human society. It is an attempt, so I teach, a long seeking. It seeketh, however, the ruler. An attempt, my brethren, and no contract. Destroy, I pray you, destroy that word of the soft-hearted and half. O my brethren, with whom lieth the greatest danger to the whole human future? Is it not with the good and just? As those who say and feel in their hearts, we already know what is good and just, we possess it also. Woe to those who still seek thereafter! And whatever harm the wicked may do, the harm of the good is the harmfulest harm. And whatever harm the world maligners may do, the harm of the good is the harmfulest harm. O my brethren, into the hearts of the good and just looked some one once on a time who said, they are the Pharisees, but people did not understand him. The good and just themselves were not free to understand him. Their spirit was imprisoned in their good conscience. The stupidity of the good is unfathomably wise. It is a truth, however, that the good must be Pharisees. They have no choice. The good must crucify him who deviseth his own virtue. That is the truth. The second one, however, who discovereth their country, the country heart and soil of the good and just, it was he who asked, whom do they hate most? The Creator hate they most. Him who breaketh the tables and old values, the breaker, him they call the lawbreaker. For the good they cannot create. They are always the beginning of the ends. They crucify him who writeth new values on new tables. They sacrifice unto themselves the future. They crucify the whole human future. The good, they have always been the beginning of the end. O my brethren, have ye also understood this word? O my brethren, have ye also understood this word? And what I once said of the last man, with whom lieth the greatest danger to the whole human future, is it not with the good and just? Break up, I pray you, the good and just. O my brethren, have ye understood also this word? Ye flee from me, ye are frightened. Ye tremble at this word. O my brethren, when I enjoined on you to break up the good and the tables of the good, then only did I embark man on his high seas. And now only cometh unto him the great terror, the great outlook, the great sickness, the great nausea, the great sea-sickness. False shores and false securities did the good teach you. In the lies of the good were ye born and bred. Everything hath been radically contorted and distorted by the good. But he who discovered the country of man discovered also the country of man's future. Now shall ye be sailors for me, brave, patient. Keep yourselves up betimes, my brethren. Learn to keep yourselves up. The sea stormeth, many seek to raise themselves again by you. The sea stormeth, all is in the sea. Well, cheer up, ye old seamen hearts. What a fatherland! Hither striveth our helm where our children's land is. Hitherwards stormier than the sea, stormeth our great longing. Why so hard? Said to the diamond one day the charcoal. Are we then not near relatives? Why so soft, O my brethren? Thus do I ask you, are ye then not my brethren? Why so soft, so submissive and yielding? Why is there so much negation and abnegation in your hearts? Why is there so little fate in your looks? And if ye will not be fates and inexorable ones, how can ye one day conquer with me? And if your hardness will not glance and cut and chip to pieces, how can ye one day create with me? For the creators are hard, and blessedness must it seem to you to press your hand upon millenniums as upon wax. Blessedness to write upon the wheel of millenniums as upon brass, harder than brass, nobler than brass. Entirely hard is only the noblest. This new table, O my brethren, put I up over you, become hard. O thou my will, thou change of every need, my needfulness, preserve me from all small victories. Thou fatedness of my soul, which I call fate, thou in me, over me, preserve and spare me for one great fate. In thy last greatness, my will, spare it for thy last, that thou mayest be inexorable in thy victory. Ah, who hath not succumbed to this victory, to his victory? Ah, whose eye hath not bedimmed in this intoxicated twilight? Ah, whose foot hath not faltered and forgotten in victory how to stand? That I may one day be ready and ripe in the great noontide, ready and ripe like the glowing ore, the lightning bearing cloud, and the swelling milk udder. Ready for myself and for my most hidden will, a bow eager for its arrow, an arrow eager for its star. A star ready and ripe in its noontide, glowing, pierced, blessed by annihilating sun arrows. A sun itself and an inexorable sun-wheel, ready for annihilation and victory. O will thou change of every need my needfulness? Spare me for one great victory. Thus spake Zarathustra.